What is up, Hater Nation? Welcome back to another episode of the Talking to the Fans podcast. We're on episode 60. It's been about 2 weeks since I've came out with an episode, but we're back. We're here. And also someone who's coming back is BSBL Legacy. It's been a little bit since he's been on. He's kind of been a little bit shaky with coming on because of some personal stuff, but you're back, and hopefully, we get you back for good. So, what's up?
Hopefully, man. I'm tired of missing so many episodes.
Yeah. I bet as, the co-host of the podcast.
Yeah.
Um, and also our guest for today, we're here with Graham Sawinski on TikTok. What's up?
Hi. I've listened to the podcast before and I'm happy to be on now.
There you go. Have you listened to a lot of episodes before or like?
Um, Not a lot. I think I've listened to like one or two of them.
Gotcha. So yeah, there's a lot of great stuff going on around baseball today. We're filming this, on Friday, the 24th of March. We got 6 days left before opening day, the big day around baseball. How ready are you for the 2023 season, Graham?
Pretty excited. It's finally felt like it was a long off season.
Yeah. So before we get too much further into this, do you want to explain to everybody who your favorite team in MLB is?
Yeah, so I'm a Mets fan, but I'm not like like a jerk like most other Mets fans.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about that before we came on, and you seem like an awesome Mets fan. I mean, I know you're a baseball fan too because you're wearing a Rangers hat right now, and with with me, Hey Nation, y'all know, I'm a huge baseball fan too because I have, like something from 10 different teams in the league. So, and working on trying to get to all 30. But um yeah, we do got to talk about the tragic, injury in the WBC because, USA won the WBC, or I'm sorry, Japan won the WBC, but we'll talk about that later.
Only USA won.
If only, bro, 1 run short. Um, but as a Mets fan, I think we should touch on, Edwin Diaz getting hurt and, having to miss the whole year now in the WBC. I mean, what's your opinions? What's your feeling on that?
Um, um, I mean, obviously, I'm not happy about it, but I feel like it's I'm not. It's fine for the players to get hurt at the World Baseball. It's not fine for them to get hurt, but it's no different than if they were to get hurt at an MLB stadium or at spring training camp. The only thing that hurts about it is that he was celebrating. So that definitely leaves a little bit of um, you know,
Yeah,
bad taste in your mouth about it.
yeah, for sure. I mean, for baseball, that was just bad to watch, you know, Diaz celebrating on a walk-off. I mean, like, I heard a lot of people saying, oh, the WBC should be canceled. Like, it can literally happen to anybody. It's an injury that can happen to anybody. Like,
Yeah, that was sorry to interrupt you. That was very that it should be canceled. I mean, like that was just crazy to hear. But right after the injury, obviously, and then it's just that could have happened to someone like in the Czech Republic who works a day job, and no one would be talking about it.
yeah,
So it could
exactly.
have happened.
What were you saying?
No, that's it.
Oh, that's it. All right.
And like the thing is, like if you think of it, players got hurt before WBC even started. Like Seiya Suzuki got hurt. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. got hurt. A couple other players got hurt. So I've said this before. If they were to cancel because Diaz got hurt, they might as well just cancel the whole season. Because the day when Diaz got injured, 31 MLB players got hurt during spring training.
Yeah.
So it's like at that point, just cancel the season if we're just worried too much about injuries.
And it's just an injury that, injuries happen in sports. I mean, any sport, any time an injury can go down. Like, that's just part of sports. That's just part of life. Like, at that point.
I mean, especially the recent one that happened.
Yeah, which we got to talk about this one too. Since we're on the, topic of injuries right now. Rhys Hoskins getting hurt, tearing his ACL on a play at first base yesterday in a spring training game for the Phillies. I mean, and now he's going to be out for what we see as the whole season. So another
I mean, obviously it's not what you want to see, but at the same time, it's like another injury, and before the season even starts, and yeah, it's just not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't know where I was going with that, but it's just not good.
No. It's just not. It's, just one of those things. But let's dive into some WBC talk. Let's turn that negativity into positivity right here with, the WBC. Great tournament. I did not do an episode of the podcast during the WBC. I just realized that because I just can't get anybody to come on until, right here today. So, that's kind of what's up. But, we saw Team USA have a very big run to lose to Japan. So, how are you feeling after that game? And especially now, after the Ohtani and Trout at bat, like, how are you feeling, as a Team USA fan today, 3 days later?
I mean, it's not like the World Series, but it still has great importance to it.
Yeah.
A lot of players were saying that like it was like World Series, but just playing for your country, and I fully agree with that.
Yeah, for real.
Like Trout said himself, this is probably one of the greatest times I've ever done baseball to represent my country and hopefully play again. And I mean, he's He's going to try and. He said he already wants to play in 2026. So
I would hope that he does.
yeah, I mean, it clearly just wasn't the day because obviously I'm just going to say our pitching was not it, and they had a better pitching. Like Kelly gave up really early. Then everyone and like Luke did pretty good as the four. Before like we brought in who was it? Freeland who gave up a run.
Yeah.
And then we had Bednar who did pretty well. Then I believe we had Williams who did good with that disgusting knuckleball to get someone out.
Yeah.
And then the thing was also is that USA was like 0 for 8 with runnings in scoring position actually. And honestly, like there was the whole DP at the end of the play of the ninth inning, which people are still going to blame Mookie Betts for. And that makes me mad as a Dodger fan, but it makes no sense for the guy, two guys who kind of messed up. Definitely Schwarber in the fly out, and definitely Goldschmidt with the DP in the seventh. And again, speaking of Schwarber, he had like 4 foul balls before he hit a home run to even make it 3-2.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, like Trout and Ohtani at bat was epic. Trout even said himself, he's got round 1 against me. Let's see what happens next.
For real.
So that's what I think. And I don't appreciate that people are blaming like, oh, of course the Dodgers sold. Bro, I know he made a double play, but he didn't sell anything.
Yeah, I know Goldschmidt, he grounded into a double play in the 7th inning in a big situation. And after that, my jaw dropped. I'm like, I think Japan at this point could come away with it now because, Team USA, they're down 2-3-1, 7th inning. At that point in the game, you don't have a lot of offense going. And so you need to manufacture anything you can. USA could not, manufacture that moment. They're, 2-man on, first and second, 1 out, 7th inning. They ground into a double play, and then, Schwarber hit the home run, which, the game ended up being 3-2. But, imagine, Goldschmidt does something, walk, single, home run, like that at bat.
Something.
Yeah, like that at bat, was the most important at bat in the game.
Yeah, I feel like after the 7th, I told you this. I was like, if we can't get anything going to the 8th or 9th, I don't think we have a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Schwarber hit a home run, but that wasn't enough.
Yeah, and also, with the Schwarber home run, there was only, he was the only man that got on that inning. So, Schwarber, he did all of that himself as far as the home run. It was
Yeah.
only a solo shot. So,
If there were more people, we probably would have won that game.
for sure, like, it's just crazy in sports, in baseball, how, you can
You
see,
can never predict.
yeah, you can see your team dominate, like really dominate one day, and then the next day, you'll see them not. Like, Team USA Sunday night, they scored 14 runs, won 14-2 over Colombia, I believe. Cuba. Yeah, thank you, Cuba. And then, on Tuesday night, had an off day Monday because Mexico played against Japan, which we'll probably talk about that game later in the episode.
So sad.
Yeah. As a Mexico fan, you are.
Mexican American fan, yeah.
Yeah. But, anyways, Team USA, they scored 14 on Sunday night and then, only scored 2 Tuesday night. So that just goes to show, baseball is a game and you change every day. You're good some days and you're bad some days. That's just, us as human beings, there are days we have it and there are just, days we totally do not have it.
That's 100% true, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Next question. As a Mets fan, I mean, in your eyes, you're not, you told me before you came on the episode and you've hinted at it a lot this episode, you're not one of those, annoying Mets fans. So
Yeah.
how much respect can you give to, Braves and the Phillies in your division, and how close do you really think it's going to be with, the Mets, Braves, and Phillies in the East?
Well, I really have no problem with the Nationals right now. And the Phillies, I feel like their fans are a little bit much sometimes. Sometimes.
Yeah.
And I just think I mean, I like all the respect in the world to them. They made it to the World Series last year and they took a team like the Braves down to the wire, but I it's like they're our rivals. It's kind of tough to. You get what I'm trying to say, I
Yeah.
think. Same thing with the Braves.
Yeah. So the next question I have for you, sticking with the NL East, but with the Marlins. So they came out with a thing today. where on Friday nights they're going to be wearing their throwback like 1993 uniforms. I wanted to get your take on that.
Well, I saw that they were gonna come out and they were gonna wear them on Friday nights, but I didn't see what they were gonna look like. Well, obviously I knew what they were gonna look like, but like on the field with like because obviously they have a track record with new uniforms flopping. So, I mean, I think it's a good idea. It should be good for the fans, the culture, especially down in Miami. But I mean, you kind of see what they like.
Yeah.
But still, I think it will be good. I think Chisholm wearing a 93 uniform like that will get a lot of attention down there.
I agree, bro. You can say the same thing about Sandy Alcantara. I mean, those guys have some of the best drip in the game. And so, when you see those guys with those uniforms on, they're going to look fresh.
They are going to look fresh. I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Like, just look at them. Like, I saw them earlier, and I saw Chisholm, and dude was like, dude, man, that guy looks clean.
Mm-hmm.
I'm staying with the drip. Team
real.
Mexico, they had some awesome uniforms. But we're not going to talk about their uniforms. We're going to talk about Team Mexico in the WBC. So, they made a crazy run. They, lost in the semifinals against Japan barely on a walk-off. But but Graham, did you pay a lot of attention to Team Mexico and the WBC? And if so, like, how fun was it to watch them, as just, a baseball fan?
I mean, they were they were pretty fun to watch. Rosarena had the time of his life. I know you have all your like topics and stuff, but on the topic of like players like a Rosarena, like someone like that really caught my eye in the World Baseball Classic with his popularity and how he played was Newbar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently Newbar on his Instagram from, that the first 10-day span of the WBC, he grew by 1 million followers on his Instagram account.
Oh well.
He was insane. I heard about that.
Yeah.
He's very popular over there and here too.
What is up, Hayden Nation? So some things happened, so I had to end the podcast episode there. But Hey Nation, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. More podcast episodes are coming. A lot more are coming as well. So yeah, stay tuned for it. Peace out.